I bought this 1971 Jeep J4000 from the original owner. It's been off the road for almost a decade due to having an abundance of mechanical problems. We ended up making a deal and I purchased a truck for $1,600. Transporting it back to the shop was zero charge because he only lived about a mile away. We hooked a strap to it and dragged it home. Since it was sitting for so long, I hopped right into the carburetor. I tried rebuilding the original one, but it still didn't work, so I ended up buying a new carburetor. With the carburetor rebuild and the new carburetor, that was about $200. From there, I moved on to the rest of the fuel system. I did a new fuel pump. Then I hopped to the ignition system, did ignition coil, spark plug wires, cap and rotor. I replaced the battery. I put a new starter in it. I ended up doing a new air filter, oil and oil filter. I dropped the transmission pan and did the transmission filter. During testing, it was leaking coolant from the intake manifold, so I ended up pulling the intake manifold and doing a new gasket there. I replaced the water pump, did a coolant flush, replaced all the belts. So all those motor parts and the tune-up were $505. When I got it, the front suspension was completely bottomed out. The leaf springs were on the bump stop. So I proceeded to pull the front leaf springs and I ended up doing an add-a-leaf kind of situation. I bought a leaf spring pack from a 1971 to a 1980 International Scout 2, and the leaf springs came out to $160. All four shocks were completely totaled as well, so I got a set of Rancho shocks, and those came out to $250. There was a pretty ugly noise coming from the front right brake drum. It turned out one of the spindle bolts had fallen out and was just free in the drum. So I ended up taking that all apart. I ended up going through the brakes, repairing some parts and bearings, repacking stuff. And all that came out to a total of about $160. I was able to repurpose the wheels that came on the truck. I just took them off, scuffed them, sanded them down, primed, painted, and clear coated them. Then I got a set of 4 tires off of eBay. I believe they were 32 inches by 10.5s by 17s. And those came out to a total of $630 to my door. I then had to pay $110 to get them mounted and balanced. With all of those upgrades, it was running and driving pretty good. So moving on to the interior was totally shot. It's been an Arizona desert truck its entire life, so 55 years in the hot Arizona sun really takes its toll. I pretty much gutted the interior, started from scratch, starting with the vinyl flooring. I believe I got it on Rock Auto for $150. I was able to repurpose a lot of the parts. I just cleaned and repaired some of the stuff. One of the most expensive upgrades on the truck was the weather stripping kit. That was about $400 to do just the doors and the windows. That didn't include the wing windows or the windshield and the rear window. The turn signals and horn did not work, so I ordered a turn signal kit online and that was $120. The dash was pretty beat up, so I ordered a dash pad online, and that was about $70. I did the headliner myself. I bought the fabric, some glue, and I just pressed it on. The spray adhesive was $40, and the foam-backed fabric was another $40. The dome light cover I bought online, that was $24. My favorite part of the build is the seat. I used the original seat. I took it to a guy over in Phoenix to get it reupholstered, and it turned out pretty amazing. He gave me a pretty good deal, and that was $300 to reupholster the whole seat. Aside from buying those new parts, it was just a lot of cleaning, a lot of disassembly and reassembly. I ended up scuffing the entire truck, and I sprayed it with a clear coat I bought online. The clear coat I purchased was $78. I believe it was a Sherwin-Williams product. And after I was done clear coating it, I bought a bed molding side piece for $94. It's hard to account for all the miscellaneous supplies I use, like sandpaper and spray paints that I already have in the shop. All that adds up pretty quick. So I'm just gonna say with miscellaneous parts and supplies that I already have in stock, I'm gonna say that's about $750. It's probably a little on the high end, but it's better to play it safe. It's hard to account for all the labor hours because a lot of the times I'm editing or filming a video. It's kind of hard to account for just strictly working on the Jeep hours. It took me about 3 months working on and off on just the Jeep, but I had to stop and wait for parts. It was around the holidays. I'd put it on pause for a while and work on other projects. If I wasn't filming, editing, and working on other projects and just focusing on the Jeep, I think I could have had it done in about a month. With all those parts added up, it brings us to a grand total of... This is going to wrap up this Jeep series. Let me know what projects you guys are working on and how over budget you are, because I know how quickly it can go over budget. Whatever your estimated time and estimated budget is, you gotta at least triple it. So let me know what you guys are working on. I like hearing about your projects as well. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one.